Determination to change the nation, I'm manifesting the truth. Back in the booth to give you the messages that's been channeling right through me. No, I'm not Jesus, although my spirit is great. I'm eating my food without a plate, escaping this place through my meditations. New life begun when I reloaded the gun and realized where I was from was not too far from the sun. Like somewhere close by the moon. Now I'm connected like Zoom. On walks of life that ever lived call me like out of the blue. So I just pass it to you, right through your speakers with clues. And if you choose to free your mind, then you will have all the tools. But I can't make you take it and shake it and mentally break yourself out. Cause freeing your mind without a doubt is something you have to try out. But once you see the light, your might, and all the power you've had, then you have reached the fifth dimension and you can brighten your path. But others who choose to follow the red pills, it's harder to swallow. Or you can wallow in your sorrows, feeling all empty and hollow. The only way you'll see the truth is if it's starting with you. So please stop lying to yourself, start being truthful to you. The only way you'll see the truth is if it's starting with you. So please stop lying to yourself, start being truthful to you, to you.
Good afternoon on this weird Saturday in Omaha, of course. How y'all doing today? I'm here with Terry Collier, Levi Blake's son. We had Shonda on last week, and so we just wanted to catch up with Brother Terry, see how you doing. Hey, Miss Wanda. Hey, Gay. Nice to see y'all. Yeah, so if you don't know, Mr. Blake has been missing since August 17th, 2023. And it is believed that he walked away from J.C. Wade Villa here in Omaha, Nebraska. And so, yeah, we want to make sure that we are keeping up with keeping his name alive, keeping the awareness alive that he's missing. And we can't skip a beat. You know, we have to create our own media for stuff that's concerning our community. And this is one of those things where, you know, as a people, we have to realize that our power, the true power of a community, lies with the community. And the raising the money, keeping his name going, even doing our own searches and things of that nature. So I'm going to go ahead and bring Brother Terry on. And we're not going to be too long. I just want to make sure that we are continuously supporting the family of Levi Blake, letting them know that the community is still here. We haven't given up. I know it's been a long 7 months. And so, yeah, man, I'm going to bring Terry on. Hey, Brother Terry, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, my brother.
Good. All right. Yep. Yeah. So, yeah, I was just updating folks on what's been going on. And first and foremost, we just want to check on you to see how you doing, how you feeling, how things been going. I know it's been a long 7 months since your father been missing. And one time you said, you know, him missing like this has been worse than death itself. And so I just want to give you some time to let us know how you been, brother.
I've been staying busy, you know. I've been steadily on my job, you know. Like I said, I'm a manager at my job, so it keeps me pretty busy. It keeps me busier than I would like to be, rather than being out here looking for my father. But at the same time, it's it's been pretty hard, brother. It's been pretty hard having to juggle, having to spend a lot of time doing, what I need to do in order to, sustain my living, and as opposed to doing what I know I need to be doing, which is putting more time into finding out where my father is. So it's been an uphill battle, but I'm strong. I'm sticking. I'm holding to my guns. I'm staying at this. There's nothing going to stop this.
Yeah. I know that as of late, you've been able to turn some of your pain into power. And you were able to start the Levi Blake Foundation. And so hats off to you for that. And then also opening that account at American National Bank. And
Right.
so there people can donate. They can donate money to the funds that we're raising for a reward for information leading to Mr. Blake. So I just want to
Right.
give you props for being able to do that while you're still going through what you're going through. And I'm sitting here, man, and I don't know if anybody else is noticing that, but you look at this brother, man. He looks just like Levi. It's just uncanny, the resemblance, man. So I definitely want to make sure that we are upholding you as a community, uplifting you as a community, and that you know that we here for you, brother. We still here. I know it's been it was like an absence for a while where, the winter months came and it didn't seem like it was too much motion going on, but we still here. And so I want to make sure you know that. I come by and I talk to you, and we go and we do our things, but the community has been inboxing. They're asking questions. Still, everybody's still trying to figure it out. So yeah, I just don't want you to think that nobody or we're not still paying attention to what's going on. And like Miss Travis said, our prayers for the family. Um, so yeah, I think with you setting up the Levi Blake Foundation, which I know you said the ultimate goal is going to be able to assist other families. Already, you're thinking about other families that may have similar things like this happen, and that you want to be able to have already made search parties put together, a system of getting flyers distributed, and for you not to have found your father yet, to me, that's really commendable that you're forward thinking on that kind of stuff.
Appreciate it.
Let us know, like, day to day, how has it been, not knowing where your father is, and then during those winter months when there was really no searches and no stories being done or nothing.
Well, for the winter months, I I can say that those, in that respect, those were the hardest because I wasn't able to be out there like I wanted to be, and it just it just made everything just that seem that much more stagnant. But like I
Yeah,
said, I'm always continue to be optimistic because rain or shine, I have to find my father and bring him home. And it has to be done. But it's like too many obstacles, from the beginning. I really put a damper on things, and it's just hard. It's hard, my brother. I can't even begin to express it in words of how hard it's been. Not only for me personally, but for my sister and other family members. I have my aunts and uncles, which are the brothers and sisters of my father. You know, they're I mean I can't even imagine what they're going through. You know what I'm saying? And that's their sibling. But for me personally, him being my father, I mean, it's hard. And I'm going through a thing now with my mother, and so it's just making that much is it's a lot of pressure on me, brother.
Yeah.
And I'm sticking to my guns. I'm keeping it together. So I just
Yeah.
I want to let everyone know out there that from the deepest parts of me that I am truly grateful for the support, for the prayers, and I'm gonna be in this thing. I'm in here until my father is brought home. Like I said, rain or shine, he's coming home.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know you had mentioned about your mom right now, and I want to definitely give you my prayers on that. I talked to Shonda earlier this week about that, and it's tough. It's tough. And but like Gay said, it's going to take the community to come together. And if you can do a little search in your free time, please do so and let it be known what area you searched. So we still doing that. And then, like you said, some of the hindrance at the beginning of the case that you mentioned way early on about how you wish that your father could have been searched for within the day that he went missing in the quick 2 mile radius search that's usually done, and the silver alert that they use for elders that go missing in the community was not done for your father. And actually, um, he was not even the attention to his missing person case was not brought to the community until 10 days after he was missing. So, and
Right.
and I have my personal feelings about different things and different entities in the community about that situation. And I try my best, me personally, to not take away the tension of him missing, but trust and believe when the time comes, that stuff is going to have to be addressed because, like you said, that hindrance at the beginning is kind of what put us where we are now. And if we ignore it, then it's like it may happen to another family, you know, it may happen to
Well,
another person that goes missing. And we have addressed it. We're still not getting no answers, but if you want to speak on that, you're more than happy to, brother.
yeah, it's like I said in the beginning, a push could have been done to do more, but it was selective, and I don't think it was selective as the uh, opposed to doing a humanitarian thing. I think it was selective in the fact that it was used as sort of a political thing. And my own personal view, I think it was a racial thing also in there, because had it been anyone else or any person, non-melanated person, I think a lot more action would have been taken quicker.
Yeah.
But since father was, you know, he's in his 80s, he has dementia, and he's a quote unquote black man. So that in itself, just by him being a quote unquote black man, that automatically ousted him in importance. His age ousted him in importance.
Mm.
His medical condition ousted him in importance. And so when you can just look at a person objectively instead of looking at them subjectively, there's never going to be a right thing about it. You know, I look at some of the community leaders that have never reached out to me. I mean, where are you people? You say you community leaders, but what community are you a leader of? You know, if you're a community leader, you be out here. You be helping. You would have offered something. And I'm not talking about monetary wise. I'm talking about just humanitarian wise. You'd have offered something. But they didn't offer that. They just go on about their way. They say what they say. They get their soothsayers. And trust me, I'm not hating on nobody. You know, people are going to be people, and I can respect that. But if you're going to call yourself a community leader, at least show up. At least show up.
Yeah. And I don't want you to feel like, you know, you have to justify what you're saying, because brother, you got every right. And nowadays, and I know it for a fact because I'm part of it, but if a person speaks the truth, then they're looked at as starting trouble or hating on somebody or anything like that. But let's just be honest. The truth is that the self-titled community leaders have not reached out to you or your family. And we are just now gaining some traction as far as like people stepping up to actually do something, which we do appreciate it. Over this past week, after the Omaha Police Department put up their $5,000, I went to a meeting Saturday, and Willie Barney with the Empowerment Network, he admitted that they have not been helping and vocal about Mr. Blake, and that he vowed that they were going to do more in the network, and he put up $5,000 more. And then Mr. Julian Young, right there on 30th by Scooters, he added an extra $5,000 the other day. So we are now at $15,000 for the information leading, for a reward money for information leading to Mr. Blake's whereabouts. And I do want to let everybody know, like, I did reach out to the Iowa County Commissioner because they were able to figure out a way to use ARPA funds to put up a reward money for a guy named David Schultz. And when I spoke to them, you know, they suggested that that I reach out to our county commissioner to see if we can get, you know, the same results. So the 25,000 they put up, and then the rest of what you see from that 28,400, that came from the community, put in more money. So that's how it's at 28,400. So you know, they kind of explained the process of how they did it. And shouts out to Sac County, Iowa, for having, like you said, a care for humans. That they said they got the application in from his family, and they were able to figure out a way to offer $25,000 for Mr. Schultz. When I reached out to our Douglas County commissioner, here's the reply that I got. And I just want to share that with you because I don't want people to think that, you know, I do have issues with a lot of so-called leadership in this community. But when it comes to Mr. Blake, I can put anything personal that I have aside to make sure that I'm doing exactly everything that I can for the family, besides my personal feelings. And so here's the reply that I got from the Douglas County Commissioner. Sherman, good morning. Thanks for the outreach. I am aware of Mr. Blake and the length of time he has been missing, but there is no support to use ARPA funding for reward money. First, all of Douglas County's funding is committed right now. Plus, just because one county used it for this purpose does not mean that this is the appropriate use. I think that the use of the funds for this will be called into question at a later date by the federal government or an audit. Again, there won't be support for this. Okay. So that was the reply that I got from our Douglas County commissioner. Which if it was anything for me, I wouldn't have even asked him. But since, like I said, this is for Mr. Blake, even with the Iowa County commissioner, not only did he say, that I should reach out, but he sent his condolences to you and your family, bro. He literally was like, my condolences to Levi Blake's family, and here's what you can try. I didn't see that same compassion from our own commissioner, not, try this and let the family know that we with them or anything like that. But that's his personal business. If that's the way people react to things in this community, that's fine. But I just didn't see, upon receiving that email, I didn't feel no love or compassion for Mr. Blake. And so, again, if it was anything for me, I would have never even asked. But this is not about me. This is about Levi. And I just want to make sure that we are exploring every avenue. Same with the police. I have my issues with the police. Same with the Empowerment Network, which I've talked to Mr. Willie Barney about before. And that's how the whole meeting came about Saturday, was because I asked him why wasn't they doing more. And so one thing I can respect is, for one, he admitted it, that they wasn't doing a lot, and then he offered the extra reward money. So people are asking questions. Somebody said, what was that from Mr. Garcia, County Commissioner? No, that was from Chris Rogers, County Commissioner. Ask Willie if he can mobilize the youth from Step Up. Great community service opportunity. That's a good idea, Malik. We could probably do that and see if they would be willing to help with the search parties. And Gay said community leaders could go out and show support by helping to search, if not by giving support or funding, which is true. And like Terry said, the support don't necessarily have to be about money. It could be as simple as sending Terry and Shonda a message, just showing that you are aware and that you care. It could be as simple as printing out the flyers and handing them out at your meetings that you're having, or letting people know that Mr. Blake is still missing. That's why the new poster I made, I put on there, still missing. And the reason why I keep making new ones is because I don't want one to get stale and people start thinking, oh, they must have found him. No, he's still missing. And Terry and Shonda both have submitted their own DNA to NamUs. And NamUs is a thing where they, if anybody finds a body, then they can match the DNA up to Terry and Shonda. So that way, if Mr. Blake is found deceased, then they have a way of matching to find out whether it's him or not. Brother, do you have something else you was about to say here?
Yeah, it's that I was just sitting there. I was meditating on that response that you received from the Douglas County Commissioner. Now, I'd like to challenge him to meet with me face to face and give me a good reason as to why he thinks that anybody would bring into question about you using funds for a human life. I mean, the funds can't be committed to too much of anything. I mean, look at the problems with OHA. Look at this thing they trying to do with Carter Lake, just so they can impose more of what they call statutes to try and regulate us. You know, if the federal government don't call into question those motives of your good intentions, which we know a lot of good intentions lead to bad things, or should I say in my terms, bad shit. Why can't you use it to help find an individual, a person that's missing, who has people that cares about them? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I'm still feeling for the mother out there in La Vista that has not seen her child since.
Yeah. Oh, the little boy that had autism. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
When do you come into the fact of using funds where they're going to be most beneficial instead of trying to help these big corporate guys come and tear down everything that we hold as a part of what we call community? And like I said before, I'm not doing no hating on nobody in the community, no community leaders. But if that's what you're going to title yourself as, then show up and show support.
Yeah. I think
that's all.
Yeah, Tamika was saying, would you want the youth to join in the recovery effort? I wouldn't say utilizing them in a recovery effort, but for door-to-door passing out flyers, or even going around the city to post them on the wooden poles. I think that would be something good that the kids can do, because of course we don't want them being subjected to coming across any bodies or nothing. But I think utilizing them to do that kind of stuff would be a good community effort. What Malik, I know he said something else about that, but being able to do that kind of stuff, I think would be good. He said the program is teenagers. They older, ideally they would be supervised by mentor and staff. Yeah. Let's see. Miss Travis said that response was very cold. He should have met with Mr. Blake family. This is ridiculous and very disappointing. Miss Williams said exactly to the point that you made. Tamika Renee, if we already talking to them about gun violence, drug use, sexual abuse, and other things, how would this be different? So I mean, everybody got some points, and like one of them said that he could have met up with you. And again, this is not about putting everything on one person, but from me being there from that first week to now, I can feel and understand why you frustrated and the lack of support from the self-appointed community leaders, NAACP, Urban League, anything like that. But at the same time, it goes back to what Brother Kasim talks about all the time when he said we have to do for ourselves. And that's why right now, we are focusing on doing more for ourselves. And at the same time, we have to continue to work towards collecting more money for the reward, because somebody knows something. A person don't just disappear. The reward money that we have is one thing, but we're also wanting to raise about $1,000. Lamar Billboards did offer. We have Miss Johnson is her name. She has been working towards collecting money for 2 billboards, which they will put up at 4 weeks in 2 different locations. And they gave us a deal of $475 per billboard for 4 weeks. And so the money that we have at the bank, we are close to about $300. So if we can get the community to donate more money into that account at American National Bank, we could actually use that for the 2 billboards that we like to get, to make sure that we have something when you drive around the city, you can see Mr. Blake's name. The flyers and the billboard design, I'll take care of that. I've been doing it. And so that part is no cost to us. Shout out to the Omaha Star, Miss Sanders, who has been the main one printing off our flyers for free for us. And although, you know, we put them up and maybe the weather conditions might change, and so we got to put them up again. But during these spring and summer times when we was putting them up, they were staying up for quite a time. So I want to give her a big thank you for doing that, because that cost of printing out colored flyers, it definitely saved us some money with her doing that for free. Malik Rogers said, how much does an infrared flyover cost? Yeah, well, we with other people that went missing in the community, there was no cost, put it like that, because that infrared flyover and the searches, that was done immediately. But again, in Mr. Blake's case, we were not granted that same opportunity. Ms. Travis said, definitely not on one person. Many have dropped the ball. We are all we got at this point. That is very, very true. We are all we got at this point. And so, and I used to have this issue where if I said something, I would think, you know, oh, you are causing trouble or stirring the pot. But in all actuality, when you tell the truth, the line is drawn based off what side of the line you stand on when you talk about the truth and reality, and versus what you're trying to make it look like. And we don't want people to make it look like they're offering assistance. We really want you to do that. And for the community, I notice every time I post that flyer, man, y'all get that mug up to 200-300 shares, and I appreciate it. A lot of people is more aware that he's missing, and what we want to do is continue to spread awareness, keep his name alive. And this spring, we're going to be putting on more search parties for adults. But then the door-to-door handing out those flyers is where we're going to really need anybody. It don't have to be an adult to knock on somebody's door and hand them the flyer and say, hey, are you aware that Mr. Blake is missing? You know, and asking them to keep their eye out. Malik said, OPD always have that helicopter in the air over North to South Omaha. Should not cost them that more, is my guess. It shouldn't cost that much more, is my guess. Might be worth asking. Yeah, same with the dragging the lakes in the water. I was told that should have been done by the fire department. I did reach out to the fire department, and we never got a response from the fire department. And I don't know why. Let me see. Tamika said, I think the commissioner's response was insensitive, but we can't focus on who's not a part of the solution. Let's put our energy in the search efforts for those that want to help. Everyone has a mission, and everyone's mission is different. Focus on what's important to us and be the change we want to see. We have to do for self. That's the bottom line. I implore everyone on this thread to join in to help with the efforts. My sincerest prayers for Mr. Blake and the family, Sherman, and thank you. That's true. And that's why I've reserved my opinions about what I think people should be doing for later, because I don't want to take away from the voice that I have that I can use towards keeping his name and his missing person case alive. I can always eat those people up later, which I'm definitely going to do. But there's not just one person to blame. There's multiple. Mr. Rogers asked about earlier about holding the people accountable who was responsible for his meds. Can anything be done legally towards the care and service providers? All that is a part of once we are able to once we're able to actually find him, then we're going to take all that on. He said maybe the Black Firefighter Association and the Black. So again, the Black Firefighter Association was who I reached out to. Okay. And again, this is not trying to push no blame or stirring the pot or causing trouble, but I did do that already. Okay. And unless the Black Police Officer Association is asleep under a rock, then they all know that Mr. Blake is missing. And it really shouldn't take for us to continuously reach out. It should be, like Terry said, a humanitarian thing. This is somebody that's in our community. And this is the community we all serve every day, we wake up to every day, and there's no way that people don't know that Mr. Blake is missing. So again, for the people who's on this live, for the people who follow my page, for the people that don't know or do know Mr. Blake or Terry or Shonda, we just need more effort from everybody. And as far as like the donation for the reward or for the billboard, if you could do anything, $5, $10, stop by any American National Bank and just drop the money in there and just say it's for Mr. Blake, Mr. Levi Blake's foundation, the Levi Blake Foundation. And we are going to keep doing what it do, because really, with it being us three, I believe that we have been doing a lot of news coverage. Shouts out to Kaylee Cersei and Quenisha Frazier, and then John Chapman and those people that have interviewed us, and Detective Shragi, who has been keeping in touch with us and helped Terry go over the map that we created with the community and with the police. So yeah, it's going to take a continued effort from all of us to keep doing what we're doing and then turn it up a notch to do more.
Right.
So yeah, Brother Terry, do you have anything else you want to say or talk about or say before we get out of here? Because like I said, we're going to be brief, but we have to continue to do these type of interviews, because of course the news ain't going to interview you every single time, and if they do, it'll be 1 to 2 minutes. So I definitely want to be able to give you the time to say what's on your heart, let the people know, and then again, we're going to continue to raise money. We're going to put forth search efforts, and it'll be multiple things coming from us, from the media, from the continued support of this community. There are some people that has been on it. Miss Keisha Poindexter, Marianne Borgeson, she's a commissioner with the county. Sid Kelly, these are all people who recently met us through the search for Mr. Blake, and they have not turned away. They are still questioning, they're still asking, they're still putting in efforts. So did you have anything else you wanted to say, brother?
Yeah, I just like to say that anybody who wants to volunteer their time to and this is an endeavor to take on, but anybody that wants to volunteer their time with us, I'm more than appreciative, because I'm not giving up on this fight. And like many of you said, it's not focusing on who's putting out the intention of helping. It's all about those that are helping and us that are doing it to help ourselves. So we're going to continue to do that. And I hope that everyone in the community comes out and joins us in that. I appreciate everyone that has been donating money. Like I said, this is not a bashing session. This is just, I just had to get out some things that it was on my mind. So with that being said, I just want to say, come on this journey with me so we can bring my father home.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, I'm going to be there with you 100%, brother. And like I said, the community is still here in North Omaha. We still here. We're going to stay strong. Yes, sir. The Black Fist. And we're going to stay strong, and we're going to keep Mr. Blake's name alive until we bring him home. Like you said, rain, sleet, or snow. And again, this is not about pointing the finger or blaming people, but we have to be honest with ourselves when we talk about the Black community and the pretenders and the people who's really doing stuff. And it's not calling out nobody. It's not starting trouble. It's speaking the truth. And the truth is, there are entities that is set up to support the community that has not supported this family. And we're going to leave it at that. And then if anybody got any questions or concerns or an issue, my number is 402-968-5012. I'm not a hard person to find. Malik said, what Gay said, search party will be put in place and information will be shared. Everyone who can donate their time, feel free to reach out. Yep. And Malik said, have you asked black churches to put something in the bulletins? Yes, I have, brother. I will be creating a new flyer with the bank information and the reward amount that we have so far on there. The reason why I was hesitant to create a new flyer right away is because I was hoping we could get closer to 20 or 25,000 ourselves, because I know the more money we can offer, the more loose lips we'll get. Because like I said, I think somebody knows something. And I think if we can continue to offer more money, that eventually somebody will say something. So with that being said, Brother Terry, you know where I'm at. I'm here for you. I'm here for Shonda. We sending our thoughts and prayers to your mother. And we're going to continue to search for your father, for Mr. Blake. And like I've told countless number of people, if this was you or anybody in this community that came up missing like this, it would be the exact same effort from me, regardless of any personal feeling. And
no question.
Yeah. And you know, I want to just share quickly. There was a time where before Mr. Blake went missing, that I pulled up on Grant Street and 43rd and Grant, and there was a white guy threatening a young kid. And he was threatening this kid and all in his face over he said the kid stole a bike off of his porch. Okay. And so I get out and I'm talking to this man like, hey, you got to get out of his face. This is a kid. If you have an issue with him, talk to his parents about that. And this white man went in his house and he got a gun and he came back out and basically was like, I got something for you, you know, and he pulled a gun on me. At the time, growing up, so Ollie Blake, I knew Ollie Blake, which is, I think, Levi's nephew. I knew Ollie Blake from when he used to date Doris Smith. And he's also the father of my girl, Fanny. So one of Ollie Blake's son pulled up at the same time that white man pulled that gun on me, and he pulled up and he had his own stuff. And he said, Sherman, is there a problem? And he basically saved me from being shot that day because I didn't know the dude was going to grab a gun that quick. And Mr. Blake's nephew is the one who pulled up on me to step in and intervene for me. And I'm forever grateful for that. You know, my protection for children, it got me in a situation that at that time, I didn't have no way of getting out of it. My wife was on the phone and she was already on her way. She was already calling Kasim, but that response wouldn't have been fast enough for the gun that was already drawn down on me. And so if Mr. Blake's nephew hadn't pulled up at that moment, I probably wouldn't even be here right now to help search for Mr. Blake. So the way things work around here is this is a community, a close-knit community, a small community, and together we can protect each other and look out for each other all the time. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. And again, stay on the lookout for a new flyer that I'll be posting here pretty soon, and some more updates as far as like the search parties and then the effort to hand out flyers door to door. We was doing them on the post on the wooden poles, but we're going to start knocking on doors and handing it to people. Hopefully they can like put it on their refrigerator, put it on their table, something, you know, or if they want to scan it and post it themselves, that'd be great. So, all right, y'all, we're going to take off. Thanks for joining us on this live today. Appreciate y'all. Much love. Peace.
Peace.